Hi, I'm the host of the STO Smokers Lounge. I'm here to tell you about Anchor, the perfect app that you can use right now to start your own podcast network. You can broadcast right now. All you got to do is download the app, whether you have a phone, iPad, or even a laptop or desktop. You can right now download Anchor or go to Anchor FM right now and start recording and have your stuff broadcasted over multiple platforms such as Spotify. So go to Anchor today and start your podcast career like I have. Because trust me, I love me some Anchor. Hello.
Hey.
How you doing? Oh, you sound so perfect.
Oh, stop.
You sound so perfect. Your phone's so clear.
Awesome.
So how have your week been? How has your week been?
Oh, it's been a real week. I got stranded in Vegas because I missed my flight. And I actually met a fan who drove me all the way home over 20 hours. So
damn, that is cool.
That is way cool.
That is beautiful. Oh God, see that what happens when you have fans, people, not followers, fans. You get driven home. Shit, damn! How long did it take y'all to get from Vegas to where?
I'm in Missouri, the southwest corner of Missouri now. It took we didn't like rush home, but we stopped once in New Mexico and once in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And there's fans. Okay, there's followers, there's fans, and then there's like buyers and supporters. I have them like all categorized. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, explain each category so people can understand. Break it down to them.
Followers, they see something that says, follow this chick. It's Follow Friday, whatever, and they just blindly follow, because they were asked to. Then there are fans, people that really like all your work and they give it all a thumbs up on the free sites and stuff like that. And they, and then there's buyers, people that might buy something once or twice. And then there's like supporters, and supporters are people like, I've got a few of them that I can just call and talk to about anything. They're always, in all my platforms. They buy stuff. They know when and what to say. They're not, just sending me dick pics nonstop.
Yeah.
They know better. I don't know. They're more adult. They're more respectful, I guess.
Yeah. Basically, they don't waste your time.
Right. But they're real. Like they get to know me and stuff like that. And I see them whenever I come to their town. We hang out. I got one in LA that, well, he doesn't live in LA, but he'll drive to LA from wherever he's from, and he'll take me to see the sights because I travel all the time. But I see a lot of insides of hotel rooms. I don't see a lot of the city. So he'll take me out to the city, like the Walk of Fame, the Hollywood sign. We'll go get a massage, stuff like that. I love that. I love it.
See, it's called being catered to.
A little bit. I mean, because there's a fair exchange, like.
Oh yeah. But we gonna get to that. I gotta do the particulars, then we can get this thing cracking. Okay.
All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcast. All you got to do is download the Anchor app on your phone or go to anchor.fm today, get yourself a profile, and start podcasting like myself. I'm just butchering this right now. I am your host, Kavanaugh the Southern Champ, aka the PornRapStar. If you heard this podcast, you know what it is. Go to allmylinks.com/PornRapStar, where you can check out all my content. XXX, that is. Also, you can check out my music. I got a lot of new tracks that's about to be dropping in the next couple of months. Plus stuff that I already got out on Spotify, Tidal, you name it, is on there. And you can follow me on social media. So go to allmylinks.com/PornRapStar and look into the world of the PornRapStar. Also, we are sponsored by the Facebook of the LS community. I'm talking about lsworld.com. Go there today, get yourself a profile, interact with kink-minded people like yourself. Search around the site, check it out. They also got a list of events that might be in your area that you might could actually attend and start your journey into the life of the lifestyle. So go to lsworld.com today, get yourself a profile, and start your journey in the lifestyle. And we are a proud member of the GW District Black Podcast Network. Now up to 20 podcasts that give you the Black experience. Plus, on top of that, while you're there, get your shopping done, where you have the choice of over 1,000 Black retailers. I'm talking about fashion, health, beauty. Shit, they even got lingerie up there, motherfuckers. So some of you motherfuckers that be on Twitter with the bonnets, yeah, go over to shopgwdistrict.com. They got lingerie, they got nice clothes and shit that you can actually wear for your scenes and look kind of decent and make some money. So go to shopgwdistrict.com, buy Black, support Black businesses, build the Black economy so we can build generational wealth. Please introduce yourself, Miss Lady.
This is Mandie Maytag, the long tongue throat extraordinaire.
Yes, and you do have a long tongue. I was just looking at your picture now. I'm like, damn, boy, she can lick her chin out this motherfucker with that tongue. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see one of the favorite things. Yeah, I see you definitely is a throat goat.
Yes. Yes.
And that seems to be the new term nowadays that everybody want to throw out their throat goat, I swear.
They do. It's the new Tiggo Biddies.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm a throat goat. I'm like, they don't understand what it is, but I guess everybody wants a title anyway. So, but for some of you people, Miss Maytag, right now, she has an interview that's up on Patreon with another young lady by the name of Luscious Lily. They gave me a verbal threesome, and it will be dropping probably when this drop. It'll be a week when that drops worldwide. She's back here as a special guest co-host with me because I enjoy talking to her, and I hope to bring her back more often. So. So, before we get into what I brought you on the show, I don't know if you've been paying attention to Twitter, what have you, but I wanted to talk about this fake test shit.
Okay.
And a guy, I don't know who the guy is or what have you, has been passing around a fake TTS or what have you. And to me, I really don't get why cats would even do that. When I sat here and thought about it, I was like, why even take the risk? Because even if you can't get the TTS, there's girls that would accept a health department.
Yeah.
Shoot them, pretty. What your thoughts?
Yeah. The TTS is talent testing service. You can get it at talenttestingservice.com. It's kind of the industry standard. It tests for more things than typically the big four, which are the HIV, syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia. It also tests for hepatitis, coronavirus, trichomoniasis. And it doesn't cover everything, but it covers, the basics of things that people are most worried about, I guess. I'm not sure. But what I like about it is that it's verifiable online. You don't get paper results. You can go on, there's a QR code on it. You can scan the QR code. There's a number on it. You can authenticate it with the number, and you can authenticate each and every individual test. So I've heard of 2 times that people have tried to fake it. One was Exotica, New Jersey, 2019. They had Photoshop. Everybody heard about that one. And then more recently, I got one, and I was shocked that this person went out and got talent tested because it's so pricey. But you get what you pay for, and most of the time, you get your results in 24 to 48 hours. As long as your samples get there and they're not too hot or too old or whatever. So, they're all tested in the same lab in Miami. Your results are posted online, and then they can be authenticated online. So, what I noticed about this one was like all the stuff that wasn't personalized to this person was fuzzy, and the stuff that he'd personalized was in a different font. It was extra dark. The QR code was cut off. The name was cut off.
You actually saw the shit.
Yeah, I have one posted on my Twitter. Some kid out of Dallas. With one. And I looked at it immediately. I was like, why isn't your name on it? And then I was like, well, where's the QR code? But the authentication numbers were on each test. So I went to the talent testing and I put in the thing that said that they're expired. So he'd taken somebody else's information. People, you keep posting your talent tests online, and basically it's just a receipt. At that point, you need to really be. There is a way to create to get a link to your actual results. If you're on a mobile device, you go to my F Buddy page. You click on that, and that's going to give you a link. You can send that link. I send that link out when I'm getting ready to shoot with somebody, so they can authenticate it themselves. And then you can always log in, if you have an account or your producer, and log into talent tests and look those up. So somebody had sent me a photoshopped one, and with all the vital information cut off. But luckily he didn't know that you could authenticate each test. So, you get each of you plug in the numbers, and it said, this test is expired. So I knew that he'd used somebody else's. And I asked why, and he said, I just really want to work with you. And that's not really a good enough excuse to mess up my bag, potentially mess up my bag, and really do some damage. So it's too expensive is not a good excuse. I mean, they're good for a couple of weeks. And the way I look at that is like, you can not only work with me with a good test, and we both have valid tests, but you can work with other people, trying to line some things up for a couple of weeks. We're always needing good black male talent, always. So
I think the problem is that these guys don't want to work with a condom if necessary.
Right.
That's one to me. Because like even with me, when I step, I don't go get TTS. I get health department, and I bring you 2 recent health department tests, period. And I give the girl the option. If you don't still feel comfortable, you can wear a condom. I ain't got the nut in your face. I ain't got nothing in your mouth. I got nothing on your tits. You feel me? I got nothing on your feet, period. And I notice with a lot of guys, they don't want to wear condoms. And to me, that's not professional. You got to be able to adjust to any situation.
True. Yep. Because porn sex is not the same as real sex. It's funny positions, lighting, people in the room, cameras in your face and your ass, everywhere. And, you're doing awkward positions, stuff, so they can see like the penetration and whatnot. So, you do got to be able to roll the punches. It's called cut when you're about to nut, or they might need you to nut right away, or pop, as they say. And you got to be able to kind of be in control of that. But everybody thinks they want to do it until I've given several amateurs an opportunity, and it rarely goes as good as they were expecting.
Yes, trust me, I've been in that boat where I tested out a guy. And let's just say I really, really, really regretted this shit because I had to jump in and take over when I didn't feel like doing that. Because like sometimes you get the mode where you want to be behind the camera and watch.
Yeah.
And you don't want to jump in and take over, but then you're forced to take over. You're like, God, motherfucker, man. You couldn't have kept it hard just for 10 minutes, nigga. I just need 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But see, women, y'all don't have that problem, though.
No, we don't have to get boners, but we do have like periods, and we do have to get yeast infections, things like that occasionally.
Had you ever used the what they call that damn thing when you get the soft cups?
No, I've not used those, but I've done the makeup sponge thing. They make these makeup sponges that women put their foundation on with, and those are super duper absorbent. So you can do the round ones or whatever, put a couple in, and no harm, no foul. So I've done that a shoot or two, for sure. So.
Yeah, I worked with a girl. I did the soft cup, and I always had to be the one to pull it out. Because she can't get up there that deep, so I have to do it.
Oh my goodness, avalanche!
Tsunami! About me, I just be like, well, fuck it, okay.
Did they work good? Did they work pretty good?
No, they actually work pretty good. You just got to tell the talent to be careful so he won't tip it when he's going in, period. And he might push it up in there, so you might tell him he might want to assist you to get it out. Because no, it worked. Like she did like 2 scenes, and then she had to switch it out.
Okay.
So and no blood came out. I even ate the coochie. So
I gotcha.
See
that in mind.
Yeah, see. Of course, I did my inspection to make sure there won't no blood speckle or no shit. Like, okay, all right, you good. Let me make sure and put a little spin on it. Okay, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we just lost half our listeners. Just
Yeah.
they're grossing me out. Hopefully somebody else.
Oh, oh shit! Nah, they gonna continue to listen. They gonna be like, that motherfucker crazy. But shoot, but when someone do the fake test, because a lot of people probably wondered, is there a comeback from it?
Ooh,
That's
I
the
mean,
real question.
I think America loves a good comeback story. I think it's possible if they hadn't heard of it before. If the talent you're working with has never heard of you,
Yeah,
particularly, or heard that you had faked a test, I think that's going to be an easier comeback. But I think the industry is a lot smaller than people realize,
yeah.
and so I think that anybody that's been established any length of time is going to remember. Oh, you're the guy that faked the test. I don't know. I have never checked to see if that one made a comeback from the Exotica. I
I
don't
haven't
think.
seen him neither because it was a time where like every girl shot with him. Like this dude. No. Oh, by the way, people, we only give out names on Patreon. You got
Yeah,
to
if you
pay
want
for
to know who it
that.
was. Yeah.
So me and her will get on Patreon one day. So, but you gonna pay for that. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. I didn't see him no more, and it was like because I was even having a conversation with another producer. I said, "Man, the chicks love fucking him too goddamn much for his ass to disappear. They're just gonna forgive him." But I haven't seen no one fuck with him. And even with Mr. Marcus, when he did what he did back in the day,
Yeah.
he was. I was surprised he could even go to the Exoticas or the AVN at all.
Yeah. He never really did come back from that.
No, because it was like it's in his situation was it won't just he faked it. His test was actually dirty, and he did some shit where they didn't see that it was dirty.
Oh, I thought that they just accepted an old test and and I thought it was expired and they just accepted it because of who he was.
Yeah,
So
now that they it was just off the strength of it's kind of like off the strength. Oh, you Mr. Marcus, fuck it, I ain't worried. You know what I'm saying?
man,
That's probably what it was. Because some, let's just be honest, certain male talent, certain female talents got cachet where people let them skate on shit.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And they kind of earned it or what have you. So, but like I said, because I was sitting there thinking that today, I said, can he make a comeback? It's no fucking way. It's just,
man, he almost shut down porn. I mean, he really almost shut down porn in California by himself.
and that's the crazy part. You doing that shit in California. I understand you was in Mississippi, motherfucker. You in California.
Yeah, and California's scared of everything. They're scared of everything.
Yeah.
Every one was like, oh, this is found to cause cancer in California. Well, does it cause cancer other places or just Californians are? Is it just in that area because of the temper zone, or is it like because you guys tested it more and people are more like into like whole food and all that new age stuff?
Yeah, because my thing was I was thinking it ain't that he probably had anything possible, but devil's advocate, he didn't have anything. It was he didn't have the money to pay for that damn test, and that the girls he wanted to shoot only wanted to accept that test. And this is where it goes to what I mean by the business have gotten too easy for motherfuckers to get in, and this what we get.
Yeah, it's not the old days of going to Hollywood and getting a deal for a month and shooting 10 scenes or whatever, all Hefner or whatever. And everybody's got a camera now. Anybody can produce their own stuff.
And see, too, what people don't realize what the producers did on the mid level, guys like myself, you can even say your man play hard. Um, uh, Third Zone, I can go down the list. Carmen Entertainment, BBW Highway. We actually safeguarded the girls in many ways because girls got out of fucking with producers. Some of the major girls do it, but I'm talking about it used to be a time where girls came in the industry. Personally, did I'm trying to find this producer. Now, let me find my cell phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Period. Speaking of, what I'm saying, so like speaking about that, because like I said, for the people that haven't heard the interview yet, just give people a background how you got into business to begin with.
Well, I had been married for a long time and I got divorced at 35. And I dated for a minute, hated it, decided to give myself a year off to kind of find myself. And somewhere in the middle of that year, somebody turned me on to secret groups on social media. And the secret groups, one of them was run by a swinger group down in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And just through life events, I ended up moving to the town where they were based out of. And they threw swinger parties around the South. And it was like my third or fourth party. It was in Atlanta. And I had met somebody from one of those social medias that just said, I just want to meet you. I don't want anything from you. I just want to, I'm living vicariously through you because I've done everything right my whole life. And I've just ended up like the lucky provider. Like, you know, the wife
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work, don't work, that kind of stuff. And so, excuse me. Somewhere we went to like a strip club in Atlanta Saturday afternoon. It was pretty dead. And the girls were kind of sitting at our table and I started showing them some of my homemade videos and, eventually we started talking about porn. And I just said, you know, I never really want to do it because I don't want the setup. I don't want the
You were showing them your homemade videos.
yeah, the strippers.
What? Oh, you got to go skip over that, and you ain't going to just expound on that shit. Wait a second.
Oh, it was just videos from the swinger party.
Oh shit! What did you have on your phone or?
Yeah, this was back in 96, 97, I think. Or I mean,
Okay.
2017, my bad.
Ooh, yeah,
I'm old.
I was about to say, no, I know. Hey, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I'm older than you. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was showing some of the strippers my homemade videos and from the party the night before because it was a 2-night event. And like, oh my God, and they were calling other girls over, come look at these. And so I get to talking and we talk about porn. And then I was like, well, you know, I never really want to do that because I don't want the setup. I don't want the fake storyline and all that. And but one of the ladies that was visiting there, she was a patron, not a stripper. She was an older lady and she worked for a government entity. And she was like, you know, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And I'd heard that before, but I thought, you know what, she's right. So I went back to the party and I said out loud, I said, I think I'm going to go into porn. And the host of the party heard me and he said, I'll start a company. And we kind of talked about it for a few minutes. And then he's like, look, we're both drunk. we got the second night to set up for of the event. We can talk about it later. So I went home I went home Sunday, rested. Monday, went back to the 9 to 5. And I was getting off work and I was taking my jacket off after work thinking, man, there's got to be more to life than this, you know, because I was working the highest paid job I'd ever had. But I was struggling financially just week to week. It was just a constant, like, I just worried constantly. I couldn't find a second job. And I didn't want to leave my kids to like raise themselves. Like they would be home all the time by themselves. And I just thought to myself, I wonder if he was serious. And then right then he texted me, he said, were you serious? And I was like, yeah. So we talked on the phone a minute and, you know, we set it up for when he was going to throw his next party. So we'd have the house, you know, and all that. And another producer got involved. And so by the time we shot a couple months later, you know, we had the house, we had all, you know, the production. I actually was paid for my first couple shoots. And I shot 2 solos and a couple threesomes and some lesbian stuff that weekend. And it was a good time. I just remember feeling so accomplished. And then like from the time that we decided we were going to do it, I've not stopped talking about it. All I've talked about for like 3.5 years is my job. And now it's all I do since, I worked, a few months in 2019. I worked like 4 months at the beginning of the year. And then I ended up moving to Missouri because of Hurricane Michael. And then when it was time to rent a house, I knew that I was going to want regular pay stubs. So I went and got a day job and collected a couple pay stubs, got this house. And about a couple weeks later.
Yeah, it's hard as shit to be an independent worker and try to explain to these motherfuckers what the hell you do for your job.
Yeah. So I knew that I wanted to rent from like an individual and not from like a rental company or rental management team. And so I found an individual renting his house. And shortly after I rented the house, I got fired from my job for seeming complacent, even though I was one of the best in sales on my team. Even then, like the day before, like the big boss had come by and asked me my name. He's like, dude, you're killing it. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I was late. I was on a new team. I had a new shift, new supervisor. And it was like my second day. I'd just come back from I had just come back from that Exotica 2019. And so we had like daylight savings. It was.
Wait a second, you was at Exotica 2019. My ass was there. Damn, I missed you.
Ah,
I was
yeah.
there. I was there. Damn.
Yeah, I was there. And then so I just come back from New York. Well, I'd flown in and out of New York. I'd just come back. I was exhausted. It was daylight savings, and it was a new shift where I worked like about 3.5 hours earlier in the day, and I was a few minutes late. And the guy, my supervisor, didn't fire me. He like didn't even like do like a warning, a write up, nothing. Like went straight to fire me, and he said it wasn't because I was late, it was because I seemed complacent, which I was really just trying to keep a hold of my emotions, because I was either going to cry because I just wanted to drive my kids to school, or I was going to flip a desk
How do
like
you
Real Housewives.
explain complacent? How you? I've heard of many reasons to be fired, but complacent, that's the
Yeah,
first.
seeming complacent, and I really wasn't complacent. I just was being really diplomatic with them when he'd ask me questions. I'd say things like, "I'll try harder." I didn't make any excuses. I just and he kept leveling up and leveling up until he fired me. Like, and he didn't even have the balls to like fire me to my face. He waited. He like was leaving like our little meeting, and well, he told me to go home and call the big boss at like 11. And as he's leaving the meeting, he with his back turned to me, he says, "You know what? Don't even bother calling the big boss." And I just mouthed, "What the fuck?" to myself. And someone had seen it, and they're like ran to like the teacher, like, and they're like, "What? What you doing?" And they were like nipping at my heels as I left. And I was being really calm. I never made excuses. I didn't throw a fit or holler or nothing. And as I was walking out, like the head manager was like, "Yeah, don't come back," and stuff like that. And the only act of real defiance I had was I took my name badge off and threw it on the floor and told the lady to get over herself. And then I walked out. And I've never been back, and I've never been back to a day job ever since. I had to, I knew that I made enough income on my own, but taking that leap of faith that you're going to make it. And now it's been since October 2019. I've not had to answer to anybody but my landlord. And, he knows that I'm fully self-employed. And I'm not sure if he knows exactly what I do, but he knows it's on the computer.
He probably do not care as long as you pay the rent on time. This is what he gives a damn about.
Take care of the house. My kids really wanted a house, not an apartment, not a trailer, nothing like that. They wanted a real house with our own rooms. So that's what I got. I've been able to provide that to them all this time. So it feels good.
See, you can make a living off of porn. People don't realize that. You can make a fucking living off of this business if you play your cards right.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's more than just being on set and being on the camera, because that's the very, very least of what I do is on camera. Like, it's the build up, the building the platforms, the social networking. There's a legal side, a health side, there's a public relations side, there's a technical side, a big technical side, and then there's also sales and marketing. There's so much to it. To be independent,
goods and services.
So
good services, which is the segue to the other topic I wanted to talk about, meetups. Because a lot of girls say they don't do meetups, and I think you have discussed in the past that you do meet up with people from time to time. And one, I want people to understand, how do meetups help your business?
Okay. Well, for the longest time, I did not do meetups because I didn't want to feel like I was for sale. I didn't want to feel like anybody with a couple $100 could have their way with me or whatever. But ended up having a conversation with a gentleman after chewing his ass thoroughly. He put money on my Cash App and asked if he could call, and I said sure. And he laid out a pretty good case of why I should meet at least him. So he just seemed so respectful and nice, and
he gave you bullet points.
Yeah, he did. He said, "Look, I only want to work with industry people. I know that you guys are tested. I already know about you. I like what you do." And he's like, "I've got this much money. I want to, and whatever for this amount of time." I said, "Oh, okay, I can do that." So, yeah, and I've been seeing him pretty regularly since, it's been almost a year. And it really just kind of opened the door for other people. So I don't post on escort sites. I only respond to fans that ask for bookings. So what I'll usually do is just have them.
So basically you move as a porn. It's like this. It's two kind of girls in this business. It's porn stars that just so happen to do that. They just call it is escorting, and there's escorts who happen to do porn. You're a porn star that just happen to do escorting.
Yeah, I started that almost a year ago. It's been like 11 months. I started doing the meets. And I have met some really cool people because, for one, my prices are, I think they're fair. Some people in certain areas think they're high. If I go to a place where there's a high cost of living, like say
Yeah.
LA, Chicago, New York, those people are not, they never even bat an eye at the price. But if I'm going somewhere like Dallas or somewhere like that, where it's not as expensive to live, like the people are like,
Yeah.
damn, what? I could have a whole chick for $40. And I'm like, but they're not Mandie Maytag. They're not Mandie Maytag, period.
See,
So
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. It's like because I have dealt with girls that been in that trade for probably majority of my career, and I can sit here and tell you the changes within the game. And it used to be a time where it was no time frame. It was you pay, that's it. You pay, this is what you get. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Then they wanted to get smart and say, let's do it by time. I remember when the $40 actually became a thing. It happened in North Carolina. I'm telling you the truth. It happened. I know the girl that started
oh,
it. Serious business. Not gonna
I
say
can imagine.
no. Here's the thought process. It was a smart move because she netted $3,000 when she walked out of here. But it was 40 to get lollipop.
Okay,
$24 if they wanted the full tip. But see what
okay.
happened when because she posted it, and I think this was what the days of Craigslist. When she posted it, guess what the dummies did? Guess what the dummies thought? Ooh, let me do a 40.
Yeah.
And it swept through it. It just swept off to the United States. I was
Oh,
like, when I heard 40 and got dang it, LA, I said, you should see my face right now. It's like, what? What? LA, what?
I can't imagine doing anything for less than $100. Nothing. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even go on a dinner date for less.
So shoot, and then you also shoot with fans from time to time too, right?
I do. Well, I've noticed that the productions with the bigger names, with the lights and the camera and the cameraman and all that, that has built my name to where people know who I am, what I can do. But my real bread and butter has always been my homemade stuff. And I'll tell you what, nobody really gives it to me like street dudes. Like, I call them street guys, but like people that I meet like in regular
Yeah.
life, man, those guys really are talented. I don't know what the deal is, but they are so good. And so I got some really good stuff. Mostly like in my OnlyFans, my premium Snapchat. It's just regular guys. It's just guys off the street that just want to break my back, I guess. So
Yeah, because Claudia Marie, this Hall of Fame porn star, she does it, but she does it like through her membership. And it'd be like guys who became members. And they be got them going to town on her big titty ass.
yeah.
Yeah, so shoot. So I know that's fun as fuck because like it's the ultimate fan experience. Oh, I get to not only hang with you, I get to fuck you, and I get to get on camera.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I know how many of them busted fast.
Some of them. Usually they do pretty good. I always ask for, can we do at least 10 minutes? Can we get at least good 10 minutes so I can edit like a whole scene? Because sometimes if you're good enough, it'll end up, I mean, I still get releases from them, but it will end up on my mini vids and stuff for sale. Sometimes like on X videos and stuff. So it really depends on how quality the production comes out. Because I mean, I still travel by car. I could travel by car quite a bit, and I bring my light and all my equipment, my little microphone and stuff. So, but I still use a phone, a cell phone for most of my production. You just have to have a good one with a half a terabyte of memory because man, I do everything. I do my editing and everything on my phone. So I still bring my light and I try to get decent angles and stuff, but I've learned that even that doesn't even matter. If whatever's being filmed is good enough. It can be a little bit of a crappy angle. It can be the lighting can be a little bad. Because I know we've all watched some stuff through Cinemax back in the day through the squiggly lines. So I know that it's
no, she did say Cinemax After Dark. No,
yeah,
you did.
Stuff back in the day, yeah, we all started on that, right?
Oh,
and so we didn't have the
Young Lady Chatterley.
So we'd see a little boob through like the squiggly lines, be like, we'd be so excited. I don't know how much we were I think we might have been turned on by the whole trying to get away with it thing, like.
Yeah, because Mom was asleep.
Yeah, you're in the basement having a sleepover. You and 4 of your friends trying to watch the squiggles.
Shoot. And then, I know you saw a couple times when he got in good, though. When you actually had Cinemax.
Oh, yeah. A time or two. You had to watch the softcore. But, I mean, that's everything. You're like, because you don't see the penetration and stuff. But, you don't realize, guys, she's sitting on his stomach and stuff until you get older. And you're like, wait, she's not even near his penis.
Oh, God. Yeah, because if I look back at Young Lady Chatterley, I'd be disappointed now because, shit, they really didn't show nothing. But I'm going to tell you what fucked my head up with Young Lady Chatterley. Batman was in it. Adam West, he was in it. I thought he was going to actually get the fucker. He didn't even fuck her. That was the funny part. She fucked everybody but him in the whole movie.
Oh, man.
I was like, I thought Batman was going to get some pussy. I said, that's fucked up.
No, they did the old bait and switch. They baited you with Adam West, and then she fucked everybody else.
Oh, God. And that what got me on thigh-high stockings because that's what all she wore.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Thigh-high stockings and garter belts. That what got me. Yeah. I love thigh-high stockings and garter belts and some sexy legs. Oh, yes.
The time was classic.
Oh, yes. That. Sorry, there ain't a man on this planet that don't get hard when he sees that.
Probably not. Unless, they don't like women. Who knows?
Oh, shit. But like I said, I mean, but like I said, to me, I think meetups is cool because I had the opportunity to meet with some fans. Like did a cuck session with a fan before, so it's because it's just like the way they just geek out. But this is why I wanted to ask you. Tell me about that one fan that really you was like, man, he's trying to knock it out the box, and he lasted. You think in 10 minutes, this motherfucker went a strong 30.
Oh man, there's been a couple, honestly. There's been a couple actually. And usually I'll work with them again. Next time I come to their town, I'm like, no charge. Let's just hang out.
Sure.
So, been a couple. Pretty much, I got like one in every major city. But there are just some really great undiscovered talents out there. And the only thing I can't stand is when they don't want to show their face.
Yeah.
And it's such a pain in the ass to shoot and edit around a whole head. And it limits your positions and stuff. But sometimes people, they do got other things going on. I do kind of work with a lot of celebrities now, people in all different avenues, and I can understand why they wouldn't want to show their face because it mess up their other career. And I'm just so
we don't want you to be a Miss London. Oh, Miss, you hear about Miss London snitched and said she got paid to fuck the baby, the little baby.
Oh yes, I remember that. Man,
and he paid. And look, I'm sorry. Got they six grand.
Yeah, $6,000. That's what I heard. Man, I'd have done it for 100. No, I'm just kidding. I'd have done it for free.
I think the girlfriend was more mad because he spent $6,000 on the pussy than him damn cheating.
Yeah.
That what broke him up. She was like, okay, motherfucker, you got to give me a Birkin. Specially made, goddamn, for me to even give you this pussy.
It's time to get married or else.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the hottest out right now. Too bad.
Yeah. But why would girls even snitch like that or even like tell? I mean, because if they tell, would it hurt their clientele anyway?
I think yeah, because I think a lot of people, especially big names like that, really don't need you to go public, or they're not going to see you again. You know, that's what I would think. Because I know I've specifically been. I've had somebody fly me to where they were, and that was an A-list celebrity, and I think they chose specifically because I wasn't that big of a name, and I don't think they thought anybody would ever believe me. Really. So.
Hey, it worked great for your pocketbook.
It did. It did. Well, that and like the connections that you can make through that, the people that they know, and when you have millions and millions of followers, I mean, and you know that they've worked with this name, that name, this name. Why would you want to fuck that up? Why would you want to go public with it? You know, but I did ask beforehand. I said, "Hey, can I go on Twitter and say that we're working together?" And he was like, thank you for asking. No, I'd like to keep my projects private." And you know, looking across his social medias, I know that that's the truth. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Because as soon as you put it out there, people become pariahs, and then here you go. You own it. Every YouTuber from here to Monaco is gonna be money to hit your ass up. Excuse me, can I get that interview, Miss Maytag?
Oh, and not to mention, like their spouse or girlfriend might be an even bigger celebrity than them. So,
oh God,
yeah, I don't need that after me. No, hell no.
They coming in your DM. Excuse me, are you Mandie Maytag? They in your DM asking, "Are you Mandie Maytag?"
I know it. I know it's crazy, and I mean, what I think is funny, all the blue check marks on Instagram, and they'll follow for a second, start talking to you, and then they unfollow. And so I've asked a couple like pro athletes and stuff, like, dude, what's the deal with that? And they said people scrutinize their follow list. They scrutinize every single person that they follow, so they can't follow me. I've had one that says, you know, unabashedly, I don't give a fuck what people think, and they still follow. But it's just crazy. I mean, they really, and I understand because I'm like a very mini celebrity. I'm like probably like a X or Y or Z list celebrity, but I understand people are hounding you day and night with the same questions, the same propositions. Some of it more grotesque than others, and it's like it gets old. And I can't imagine having millions of people doing that. Everybody wants to see you. Everybody wants to meet you. Everybody wants to recognize you out in public and take a picture. Like I can see how frustrating that can get when you're trying to make your art, you know? You know, you didn't get famous for laying around, you know, exactly. Yeah, so
then when they coming to see you or when they bringing you, it's for them to relax and get away from that world.
Yes.
They want that good nut, that good conversation, and that good time.
Yes, and they don't need people, the paparazzi and stuff, you know, hounding them. So yeah, I mean, I don't know why she did that, really, but I guess, you know, old Superhead did the whole book. You know?
Yeah, she she put it out there, did she?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she put it out there, out this piece. But like I said, but the thing of it is, but at the end of the day, that people don't realize she actually began the clout chasing. She was if there was a agent zero, patient zero, that was her. Because when she put out that book, that actually began that shit. When you think about it.
Yep. So I don't know. I want other ones to call me. You guys hit me up. So it's like I don't want to ruin that relationship with that one person.
Yeah.
Or you know, now it's been a couple of them, but I don't want to ruin that potential to meet other people. And you never know what kind of projects or something they might need a long tongue for, or something like that. Something that I can do that other people can't. You know, so you know, you never know what could be in the future. But if they think that you're just clout chasing, you could really fuck it up. So
yeah. So shoot, see, that's what I'm talking about. See,
they want everybody to know. They would let everybody know, and there'd be cameras and everything else following you around while you guys were together. But you know, if they, you know, like that, if they don't want it known, you know, they'll let you know. So
now, the one thing I'm gonna ask you for all girls that might be considering doing meetups, because the reason why I'm saying is it seems like sex work is about to be very normalized because, of course, what's going on in Manhattan. If you give any girl any advice about doing meetups, what's the first thing they must understand?
Oh, have your standards and don't ever stray from those. Like if you have a standard of doing a screening of like the background check and all that before, don't compromise on that. If you have a price range set that you want to do, don't compromise on that. Because if you give them a deal once, they're going to want a deal every time. If you start doing acts that you don't typically do, you're gonna find yourself doing those all the time. And then you're not gonna. I always say this: if you're doing what you love, you're empowered, and if you're doing things that you don't agree with, then you're exploited. And why would you play yourself? Why? So, have your standards so that way you don't end up playing yourself.
Stop playing with her, man. She on her shit, people. Mandie Maytag on her shit.
I think so.
This is why I talk to people in the industry. I want to give you people knowledge. So with that being said, Miss Mandie Maytag, please tell them where they can find you.
Ooh, Twitter is SupermandaFL. Instagram is Maytag, 3 underscores, UR for your, 3 more underscores and it. But I think once you start typing in Maytag, I pop up. And then I got allmylinks.com/Mandie Maytag. And I'm thinking about getting a link tree too.
Yeah, it's good to have everything, don't you think?
Snapchat's MILF Miss Maytag. And of course, Mandie Maytag on OnlyFans and many vids.
See, say no more. Now, people, you know how we do. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You didn't learn anything. Thank you for coming to the Smokers Lounge.
You're very welcome. You're welcome.
And you will be coming back.
Absolutely. I love double dipping, triple dipping.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You take care, mama.
Thank you, dear.
Goodbye.
Bye.